right, welcome back. Well, yes, we'll be talking about the Channels Kids Cup, and Toyin Ibitoye joins us now, and well, thank you for coming on, Toyin. Well, first of all, let's take a look at this report so that we can just continue from there.
The teams that do not qualify will have to leave on Friday morning. So 8 teams will leave on Friday. The other 8.
Okay, well, just take us through all of those.
Well, that's Tade Aziz, Lagos FA Vice Chairman, who is a member of the organizing committee for the Channels National Kids Cup, explaining the draw that held yesterday, the fixtures for the Channels Kids Cup. This is season 5. It all starts today. About any moment from now, the games will begin at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. So he was just explaining a few things around the draw, and you know, this is the first time that this is going truly national. 12 schools from outside of Lagos, 4 from Lagos, making 16, and they go into different groups, like a mini World Cup. That's what it is. And top teams will qualify for the next round, and then it will go on and go on and go on. So it's 3-4 days of fun for the kids.
What about that? I mean, yes, indeed, the age grade, the kids coming through, but the authorities here, are they latching onto this opportunity? Because we're going to see talents, true to type, who you can eventually just say, well, these guys can graduate into the national team, and then with the real age.
Yeah, that's the essence. And Chamberlain, this is the lowest level of football, primary schools, and that's the idea of the chairman, CEO, Channels Television, to catch them young at the purest level. You know, these guys are playing with the skills that God has put in them, not cultured, not modified. This is the way God put it there. So it's plenty of fun. And as you said, a lot has gone into this. Lagos Football Association is a partner, and they have a database of kids, talents that come through from tournaments like this. And I can tell you, Chamberlain, that Channels Kids Cup has made plenty of impact already, even before it went national. Some of our top players, some of our outstanding players have caught the attention of national team handlers. They've been called to camp because the Nigerian Football Federation now have under 13 national team, under 15 national team, before the under 17 that were rewarded yesterday by Mr. President. So there's now that conveyor belt of talent from this level that Channels is involved in up to the highest level, and we hope that in 4 or 5 years from now, Chamberlain will be able to identify 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players that have gone through this Channels program and are playing football at the highest level.
Ibitoye, how significant is age grade competitions?
It is very, very important because you know, when you look at sports all over the world, world champions are now made before 18. Olympic gold medalists emerge at age 16. And when are you discovered? It's very key. The problem that we have in this part of the world is that a lot of us are discovered when it is difficult for us to be molded into better products.
Okay.
So that's why this is very key. You are catching these guys at the very pure level.
But the question would be, when you catch them, this is the 5th season.
This is season 5.
Yes. When you catch them, the molding process, when does it start? Does it start immediately?
It starts immediately. It starts immediately. I told you about some of the outstanding players from previous competitions that have been discovered and are in different camps. Camp Kanus, I'm sure you've heard about the Kanus camp for future talents that Lagos State is putting together. A lot of the products from Channels Kids Cup have gone into this camp. And let me tell you how it works. You know, different competitions are going on at different levels. But the best of the best from all of these competitions will always float to the top. When you come to Channels Kids Cup and you are playing for your school, because Channels Kids Cup is essentially for primary schools, you have to be in a school. Because school and education is the basis, is the foundation for excelling. When you stop playing, you are able to plow back into the game and provide a lot of platform for even further development of the sport. So the best of the best from Channels Kids Cup, when you are playing for your school, you float to the top, you show yourself, let me use that word, you show yourself, people identify that, okay, this is a good player. When you go and play in different academies, also for under 13 and thereabouts, the same quality that you displayed during the Channels Kids Cup also floats to the top. So it's easy. There are a lot of competitions, and it's easy for the organizers, for the Lagos State Football Association, the Nigerian Football Federation to identify that, look, this guy is shown like a million stars during Channels National Kids Cup. It's shown like a million stars when there was a competition for football academies. It's shown like a million stars when there was another competition to pick out a few other players. So it's easy for you to identify the best of the best.
Because they'll be consistent.
They'll be consistent. And, I mean, as we said, and as the chairman of Channel TV said during the press conference, look, if at the end of all of these things, maybe in 100 years from now, we're able to identify a Kanus, a JJ, and a Kweba, who goes on to become African Footballer of the Year, who goes on to become World Footballer of the Year, then it's worth all the effort.
You know, I see Victor here says, look, sad to hear of age cheats at that level of football. Shame. I mean, do people still think that they could still do the same thing here?
Chamberlain, I like to give a lot of kudos to the organizing committee. Very experienced persons who have been involved in school sports at the national level for a very, very long time. It's just one or two questions, and the identity of these players will come to the fore. Just one or two questions, and you're able to identify if this is a genuine pupil of this school, a genuine under 13, and eligible to play. And that happened yesterday. A lot of the schools from inside of Lagos, when we had the screening for the Lagos preliminaries, a lot of the schools had to be decimated. I mean, some had to play with just 9 players when we were not sure of the other players and some of the players that were playing with them. And as I said, some of these boys still play in different youth academies for under 13. So you are able to track that. Why are you playing for this school this year when you played for another school last year? Did you transfer to another school? Can you give me the name of 2 or 3 of your classmates? Can you tell me the name of your principal? Can you tell me? By the time you ask a few questions, they stutter. And then you're able to identify that, look.
It should also be a shame on schools that allows this kind of thing.
Schools, teachers, you know, Chamberlain, it's systemic. And it's disappointing that at this level, when Channels is putting something together for us to identify young kids, give them a platform for them to show what they can do to the world, people still try to stain and bring a lot of illegalities into it. It's a shame, really, but I think it's systemic. And I think it has to come from the top. When we stop to give national awards to under-17s, when we stop to give plenty of cash prizes to under-17s, and instead give them scholarship, instead provide funds for them to further their education, it will trickle down.
More meaningful.
It is not do or die.
Because I mean, I see some young lads out there, and I ask them, okay, look, how old are you? Why are you doing this sport? Then he tells, is it my real age or my football age? I mean, it's systemic. What do you mean your real age or football age?
Should there be a difference between your football age and your real age? But the truth is, at this level, I mean, the stakes are not too high at this level because they are primary school kids. But it doesn't stop a lot of people from still trying to cheat. But I think, thank God for a tournament like this and the standards that Channels have put into it. You needed to see the process of screening yesterday. And I'm sure that by the time we have the second edition, a lot more of these schools will really know that Channels is not just putting money, putting their reputation at stake into organizing the National Kids Cup. They are also monitoring every process so that indeed it provides a level playing field for everybody.
What about the role of the parents and then balancing the academics and this game?
You know, parents are also under a lot of pressure. There's something interesting about Nigeria. At 17, at 16, at 15, in Nigeria, some boys are already breadwinners. You know, they're already breadwinners. Yeah. And so when a parent sees an opportunity for his 22-year-old or 23-year-old boy to be in our under-17 team, win a tournament, get a national honor, get a house in Abuja, get $1 million naira, and be rewarded by different states with cash prizes, I mean, they also, you know, under pressure.
But it's a thing of joy, you know, when you watch these kids, you see the passion, you see the natural talent, you see the way they celebrate and the way they go about this.
Just be at Teslim Balogun Stadium. When they score and they jubilate, you laugh and smile with them. And when you see the ones that are crying after a loss, you are also moved somehow, because they cry and they throw themselves to the floor as if it's the end of the world. It's a lot of fun, to watch these kids play football. And I mean, the kids in 5, 10, 20 years from now, they will look back at what Kanus is doing now, and you know, it's difficult to quantify sometimes the impact that these things make in the life of the young ones. It's the time that we produce the World Footballers of the Year that we really know that this is worth the while.
Oh, that's interesting. So, because I remember some time ago, I don't know if it was Arsenal manager that said, look, what's happening to the Nigerian system? Why don't they produce another kind of Kanu and things like that? So, but now, who knows? That's
we'll have them at plenty.
It's a thing of the past now. It will be.
We'll have them at plenty.
All right, Toyin Ibitoye, thank you for coming on this one.